Hey, this isn't my computer lab. Where am I? How did I get here? Hey guys, welcome back to my virtual classroom. I really like this, but today what we're going to do is we're going to use Minecraft to think about this computer science idea called a conditional. So I kind of want to get in the mood, the Minecraft mood, you know what I mean? Let me just change my setting real quick. There we go. Perfect. Now I'm ready to do some computer coding using Minecraft. So, like I said, what we're really going to do today is work with something called a conditional. So the way that a conditional works is like this. You guys love Minecraft. I love Minecraft. Maybe you haven't played Minecraft before. If you haven't played Minecraft, don't worry. If you ever get a chance to, you'll probably love it. But work around in this world, and there's survival mode, there's creative mode, and you get to go and break blocks and build things or create things or fight zombies and fight creepers. You kind of do whatever you want. It's a pretty cool game. So within Minecraft, when you play the game, it's important to know that like the entire game is basically running on this idea of a conditional. A conditional is if something happens, then do something, and else do another thing. It gives us a choice in a game. And it doesn't have to be just Minecraft. Like literally every game that you play on a computer or an Xbox or a Switch or a PlayStation or an iPad or whatever uses this idea of if and else. If this happens, do this, and else do something else. It's how games are made fun. If we didn't have conditionals, then all we would have would just be a giant string of commands. It wouldn't give you any choice in the game. You would just kind of follow. It'd be more like a maze. Like you just follow the maze and do the tasks, and then that's it. So conditionals make things fun, and they're super important for us to know if we are going to want to make our own fun activities or games. Let me give you some examples of how conditionals work in Minecraft. Let's do another one. Okay. This is a creeper. Now, even if you've not played Minecraft before, you've probably seen this image around. A creeper kind of creeps around. I guess that's why they call it a creeper, right? Creeps around until they find a player. Then they'll go and like follow the player, and if they get close enough, they'll explode, blow up. Usually, if the player doesn't know that that's happening, they'll probably be killed and whatnot. Anyway, so a creeper code uses if and else statements all the time. If, you can see, if the creeper is within 16 blocks, then what's going to happen is the creeper will start creeping towards the player and explode when they get within 1 or 2 blocks of that player. So that happens if they're within 16 blocks. Else, the creeper just kind of still wanders around. He just will go look around, go to a different place, wander around, and wait basically until a player gets within 16 blocks of them. That's when this line of code happens. Here's another example. A lot of people like to do kind of, you got to battle things, other players, creatures, skeletons, things like that. Sometimes your if statements kind of have to really get long, like especially within Minecraft, because so you can get a sword in Minecraft, and if you get a sword, like you can make a sword out of different things. If it's made out of wood, then you're going to get 2 damage. If it's made out of gold, you get 2. If it's made out of stone, that's 2.5. If it's made out of iron, that's 3. If it's made out of diamonds, that's 3.5. Else, if you're trying to not use the sword, there's not going to be any damage. Then they're going to have to go through this whole thing with other kinds of tools. There's damage when it comes to axes. There's damage when it comes to bows and arrows. And every single one of those characters that are going around the screen has these if statements in them. So it's like, oh, if I get hit by a sword and it's gold, then it's 2 damage. But if I get hit by an arrow and it's enchanted, then it's this amount of damage. If and else statements are like making up the entire game of Minecraft. And so, to help us understand how to use conditionals, then we're going to use Minecraft and the new coding website, or excuse me, our code.org website. So here's how you get to code.org. Now, last time I had you create accounts using your Google account. And if you did not do that last time, you'd want to go back and make that or watch that video again. Briefly, what's going to happen is you go to code and you'd go to the 4 and you're going to click on Mrs. Ray to get to our class login. Wait, that was 4, that was 2. You'd go to the 4 and go to Mrs. Ray and do that class login page. Follow the video from last time to link it to your Google account, because now that picture that you used to log in doesn't work anymore. And instead, what's going to happen is this. To get to code.org, you're going to go up at the top. You can either click the link in Google Classroom, or really it's just simple. Go to code.org, code.org. And when we go to code.org, since it's linked to your Google account, we're going to click sign in up here at the top. And then we'll use our Google account. So we're going to sign in with Google, the red button there. We choose what account we want to use. That's your name. And then it'll link us and get us right back to where we left off with, which is pretty cool. You might have to look at your courses here to figure out where you actually left off. Here, I left off, we're doing Course E in 2020. So you're going to click on View the Course right here because you want to see all the lessons in Course E. After we view the course and we log ourselves in, so here's Course E in 2020. I'm logged in as me. Last time we worked on these puzzles here, but now we're going to go down to conditionals in Minecraft, and we're going to use the Voyage Aquatic. We've got 11 puzzles here, so we're going to click on puzzle number 1. And I want you to watch the video, but I'm not going to watch the video with you. It's an introduction to what's going to happen. And you pick your own character, whatever one you want to pick that way. Again, we read the directions up here, or you can have them ready to you by clicking on that play button. Your workspace is here. The block to use is here. Here's our section where we kind of see what's happening with Steve. Looks like Steve's got to get to the chest. The beginning puzzles are pretty easy. We move forward a couple of blocks, hit run, and Steve goes to the chest and gets, it looks like there's a boat in the chest. Okay, it's going to kind of build up. I'm going to skip ahead real quick. These first couple of puzzles are pretty easy. So there's one here where now you got to get to the boat. So program Steve to get to the boat. And this one here, you're going to have to row the boat up to get some cod to eat. So figure out the directions to get the boat up to the cod. Again, that's very similar to what we just did. Here's another video then when we get to puzzle 4 that you should watch, and it's going to introduce you to a new block. The block is called repeat until goal. This is like a conditional right here, because the condition is if you're not at the goal, do these things. The things you'll do are right inside. It's like a repeat block, but a repeat until you get to the goal. Else, if you're not at the goal, do these things. Else, stop. You win. That's it. That's how that works. So if we're not at the goal, what do we want to have happen? Well, in this case, we're going to have Steve go forward. This is so much better than a repeat block, because a repeat block, you'd have to count the number of blocks to get Steve up to the dolphin. But this way, you don't have to count the blocks. It's just do this until you get to the dolphin. Run it. Steve's going to continue to go forward, forward, forward. When he reaches the dolphin, else he's done. Perfect. That repeat until goal block is going to be something you practice here in puzzle 5-2. Notice that we can actually do a couple of more steps in here as well. So we can say forward, forward, and then maybe we could turn. I wonder what that would look like. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to push. Where'd my run button go? There it is. I'm going to push that run button. Let's see what Steve does. Forward. Well, that does it, right? Nope. Yeah. All right. Stop, Steve. Steve is looking currently this way. Maybe what I need to do with Steve is I need to have him turn right at the beginning. Now let's see what happens. Turn right, forward, forward. Turn right, forward, forward. There, he got there. He's going to continue to do these steps, whether it's one step or multiple steps, until he gets to the goal. All right, so here's another one where you get to try that out too. Repeat until you get to the goal. We could probably have Steve go forward and turn, forward and turn, forward and turn, forward and turn. He could continue to do that until he gets to where he needs to go. Now, another level that we're going to see today is we're going to see then more what are called conditionals. These are true conditionals. Notice that they're blue right in here. And look what they say. They say right in there, if. So we're going to think to ourselves, all right, so if this happens, what do we want? Our whole goal says do this until you get to the goal. Move forward, and if there's a path to the right. Well, let's look at Steve here. So Steve, to get to where he has to go, so he's going to go forward, and the quickest way to get there is like doing this, right? He doesn't have to go this way at all. But what we can't do, like I've only got a turn, these turn blocks, I could drag them all out, but if Steve is going to go forward, I want him to keep going forward until he gets to the wall. If I don't have this block in place, and I try and build it instead, like forward, right, right, there's different amount of forward blocks here, so I can't create something by itself in the repeat until goal block, because here's 5 forwards, here's 2 forwards, here's 3 forwards, and there are different amounts. Instead, I'm going to use the if block to say go forward, but if there's a pathway to the right, then I want you to turn to the right. Let's see what happens when I run this with Steve now. He should go forward until he gets here, because there's no path to the right, no path to the right, no path to the right, no path to the right. There is a path to the right, so he needs to turn to the right. Let's see what happens. Forward, run, forward, path to the right, forward, path to the right, forward. The goal. Then he stops. That's the else statement right there. These are really helpful when you get your mind kind of wrapped around how they work, because they take out the number. We don't have to count anymore, and we don't have to care anymore if you have to go 3 spots this time, 2 spots one time, 15 spots the next time. It's all going to be taken care of by that if block, if there's a path to the right. So let's see what Steve has to do here. He has to get to that fish. There it is. How's he going to do that? Well, he's got to go all the way up and around and down. He can't go into these bubble things. So looks like we're going to have to go up, but it's a different amount each time. We're just going to tell Steve then, do this until you get to the goal, Steve. Go forward. And as long as you're going forward, but if you have to stop because there's a pathway to the right, then we want you to actually do that, like turn to the right. He's trying to trick me here. That's turn left. I'm going to have to change that, turn right. Go forward, but if there's a path to the right, go right. Let's see what happens. Go forward, no path right, no path right, no path right. There's one. No path right, go forward, keep doing it. Third path right. Go forward, keep going, but if path to the right, keep going. Beat it. Conditionals. If this happens, do something else, do something else. Sometimes we'll even see it here. Now, this one is a little bit even trickier. I'm going to let you figure this out because look, we've got if you're on blue coral and if you're on red coral. See, Steve's going to have to travel this way and then turn right and then turn right and then turn. Oh, if he turns right here, he's just going to go in this loop. So on the red coral, he's going to have to turn left, turn right, turn left, turn right, turn right, turn right. It's going to depend on what coral he's standing at as to whether he turns right or left. So in this one, you're going to actually need to. If he's standing here, do this. If he's standing here, do that. It's kind of like the Minecraft weapons we were talking about. If it's a stone pickaxe, do this. If it's a wood pickaxe, do that. Last couple here, level 10. 10 is where you will, let's preview this, have to kind of create this account. And you're going to have to think about if you're standing on sand, do something. If you're standing on prismarine, do something. If you're standing on what is it, sea lantern, do something. That's our last one right there. I think I skipped over 10. Here's an if. Here's a conditional statement then for you. Oh yeah, this was 10. Kind of the same idea. If you get done with all 11 levels, congratulations. You can ask your adult if you can do some free choice activity time on my website. There are some free choice things that you can do. Oops, here. Let me show you. On my website, you can always come down to the activities thing right here at the bottom. And there's things that we've done, like there's the Oregon Trail game, and there's Interland, several fun things that you might do. So if you get done with all 11 puzzles and it's okay with your adult, do an activity. Else, continue to do the the puzzles in code.org. So the condition you have to meet is beat 11 puzzles. Okay, beat them all. So if you have to do it, or if you beat them, free choice time. Else, keep working. That's how that's going to work. If you have questions or problems, try to email me. I don't always get a chance to check Google Classroom during the day. And there's a lot of things that happen in Google Classroom, but if you get a chance, you can email me a question, and I check that pretty often. I know this is tough, and I wish I was there with you to kind of help you problem solve and figure this stuff out. It's a lot of independent work, and I get it. This is weird for me to try and teach coding without you being right here with me, but I think we can figure it out together if we give it a try. So I will see you next time. We're going to do more work, I believe, with conditionals next time we get together. I love conditionals. They're super fun. And I hope that you kind of get the hang of them too. And if you don't, email me. All right. See you guys later and have a fun week.